Early life and family background. Thomas William Lester was born on September 23, 1938, in Laurel, Mississippi, to Pat W. Lester, an accountant with Gulf Oil, and Mary Sue Thornton Lester, who managed a home decor business called Home Interiors and Gifts. Tom grew up with one brother, Michael Lester, and spent much of his childhood working on his grandfather's farm, where he learned essential farming techniques that would later prove invaluable to his acting career. The Lester family was deeply rooted in Mississippi, and Tom's upbringing was typical of rural Southern life in the 1940s and 1950s. He attended Laurel High School, where he was known for his friendly personality and strong work ethic. Even as a young man, he had dreams that extended far beyond the Mississippi farmlands. Education and spiritual awakening. After graduating from high school, Lester attended the University of Mississippi, where he joined the Sigma Nu fraternity and earned a Bachelor of Science degree in chemistry and biology. He briefly attended graduate school at the University of Southern Mississippi, but found his true calling lay elsewhere. A pivotal moment in Lester's life came in 1948, when he was just 10 years old. He became a born-again Christian and became deeply involved in the Baptist Church. This spiritual awakening would shape the rest of his life and career. Remarkably, even at that young age, he felt that God's plan for his life would lead him to Hollywood to become an actor, a dream he shared with his somewhat skeptical parents. The journey to Hollywood. After college, Lester briefly taught school in Purcell, Oklahoma, but his Hollywood dreams persisted. In his early 20s, he made the bold move to Los Angeles, where he attended the First Baptist Church of Beverly Hills. It was there that he met radio and character actress Lorene Tuttle, who recognized his potential and became his friend and acting coach. Tuttle suggested Lester begin working in little theater productions, and he soon found himself performing in showcases at the North Hollywood Playhouse. His big break came in the early 1960s when he appeared in a play with Linda Kay Henning, daughter of CBS producer Paul Henning and actress who played Betty Jo Bradley on Petticoat Junction. The role that made him famous, E. Dawson. Tom Lester on Green Acres. Lester's connection with Linda Kay Henning led to an audition for the role of E. Dawson, the farmhand to Oliver Wendell Douglas on the new CBS sitcom Green Acres. In what can only be described as a Hollywood fairy tale, Lester beat out approximately 400 other actors for the part after an impressive screen test. The secret to his success? Lester was the only actor who auditioned who actually knew how to milk a cow, a skill he'd learned growing up on his grandfather's farm in Mississippi. This authentic rural background made him the perfect choice for the role of the simple, good-hearted farmhand. What began as a recurring role quickly evolved into a regular character due to the overwhelming popularity of both the character and the show. Green Acres, an absurdist comedy set in the same universe as Petticoat Junction and the Beverly Hillbillies, became a cultural phenomenon during its six-season run from 1965 to 1971. Lester appeared in nearly every episode of Green Acres, and occasionally appeared as E. Dawson on crossover episodes of Petticoat Junction and the Beverly Hillbillies. Despite the show's popularity and his rising fame, Lester maintained a remarkably simple lifestyle, living in a modest apartment in the San Fernando Valley. Career beyond Green Acres. After Green Acres ended in 1971, Lester faced the common challenge of being typecast as his beloved character E. Dawson. However, he continued to work steadily in television and film throughout the 1970s, 1980s, and beyond. His post-Green Acres career included guest appearances on popular shows such as Marcus Welby, M.D., Love American Style, Little House on the Prairie, Knight Rider, Santa Barbara. In 1990, Lester reunited with Eddie Albert and Eva Gabor to reprise his role as E. Dawson in the television movie Return to Green Acres, much to the delight of fans. Film career and notable roles. Lester appeared in several feature films throughout his career, often in roles that capitalized on his wholesome rural image. Benji, one of his most notable film roles. The Pistol, The Birth of a Legend. played the adult Pete Maravich in this biographical film about the basketball legend's youth. Gordy, a family film about a talking piglet. Christmas Child, provided the voice of the unseen DJ for KCOW radio station. Campin' Buddies, starred alongside Ray Stevens and Victoria Jackson in this comedy. Hashtag. Personal life and relationships. Tom Lester never married until later in life. In 2007, at age 69, he married Kaylee Lester. The couple maintained a private life, with Lester splitting his time between Hollywood and his family home in Laurel, Mississippi. He had no children of his own, but maintained close relationships with his family, particularly his brother Michael Lester, who would later announce Tom's passing to the world. Despite his Hollywood success, Lester never lost touch with his Mississippi roots. He frequently returned to his parents' home in Laurel and maintained connections with childhood friends and classmates throughout his life. Faith and evangelism. Lester's Christian faith remained the cornerstone of his life. Every summer when Green Acres was on hiatus, he would travel across the country speaking at churches, sharing his testimony, and preaching a message of faith and obedience. He became a well-known Christian evangelist, using his platform and celebrity status to spread his religious message. Lester often credited his faith for his career success and saw his acting career as part of God's plan for his life. Even at the height of his fame, he remained active in church activities and never hesitated to discuss his religious beliefs in interviews and public appearances. Physical characteristics and personal details. Height, approximately 5 feet 10 inches. Weight, varied throughout his life, but typically around 160 to 180 pounds during his Green Acres years. Eye color, blue. Hair color, blonde during his younger years, later gray. Sexual orientation, heterosexual. Religion, Baptist Christian. Nationality, American. Net worth, estimated between $1 to $5 million at the time of his death, primarily from his acting career and personal investments. Friends and colleagues. Lester maintained close friendships with several of his Green Acres co-stars, particularly Eddie Albert, with whom he developed a father-son-like relationship. He spoke fondly of Eva Gabor and other cast members throughout his life. His friendship with acting coach Lorene Tuttle remained strong until her death in 1986. He also maintained relationships with many people from his Mississippi childhood and college years, often returning to reunions and staying in touch with classmates. Later years and health challenges. In his later years, Lester continued to make appearances at fan conventions and autograph shows, often dressing as his beloved character Eb Dawson. He remained active in the entertainment industry well into his 70s, with his final film role coming in 2014's Campin' Buddies at age 76. Tragically, Lester was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease in his final years. The progressive neurological condition gradually limited his mobility and public appearances. Final days and legacy. Tom Lester passed away on April 20, 2020, at the age of 81 in the Nashville, Tennessee home of his fiancée and long-term caregiver Jackie Peters. His death was due to complications from Parkinson's disease. At the time of his passing, Lester was the last surviving regular cast member of Green Acres, making him the final living connection to the beloved show that had brought joy to millions of viewers. His brother Michael Lester announced his passing on Facebook, writing, "Thomas William Lester, who also became an evangelist, died of complications from Parkinson's disease on April 20, 2020, in the Nashville, Tennessee home of his fiancée and long-term caregiver Jackie Peters." Unknown facts and untold truths. 1. Real farming skills. Unlike many actors who play rural characters, Lester genuinely knew how to perform all the farm tasks his character did on screen. 2. Academic background. Few people realized that behind the simple farmhand character was a man with a degree in chemistry and biology from the University of Mississippi. 3. Teaching career. Before Hollywood, Lester actually worked as a school teacher in Oklahoma, showing his dedication to education. 4. Modest lifestyle. Despite his television success, he never adopted the lavish Hollywood lifestyle, preferring simple living. 5. Voice work. His work as the unseen radio DJ in Christmas Child showed his versatility beyond on-camera acting. 6. Last survivor. He outlived all his Green Acres co-stars, becoming the last living connection to the show. 7. Mississippi pride. He never forgot his roots and frequently returned to Laurel, Mississippi, throughout his life. Tom Lester's life story is a remarkable journey from Mississippi farm boy to Hollywood actor to Christian evangelist. His portrayal of Eb Dawson left an indelible mark on American television history, while his personal commitment to his faith and humble origins made him a beloved figure both on and off-screen. His legacy continues through the countless fans who still enjoy Green Acres reruns and remember his genuine, heartwarming performance as one of television's most endearing rural characters.